Yay. It says we're live. So let's see. I'm going to go and, oh, there we are. Look, we're in the Facebook group. So, and I've muted everything. So if you are looking at Facebook, Tori, like just make sure everything's muted.
Okay.
Okay. We're just doing our technical checks, people. Yeah. So just helping folks come and join us. Here we are. I'm going to pin some of these to the top here. Pin. Can I do that? I guess maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to. Oh, I'm not in the right place. That could help too. If I pin things in the right, and we're live in the Facebook group. Yay! If those of you, anybody watching wants to join our Facebook group, you can do that. Oh, Marcus has an announcement there. That way people are like, yay, they see our gorgeous faces right out the gate. And then let me go over here. Soul Coach Michele, that would be me. Just making sure. There's that. I love when it's like it pulls up videos and you don't have a cover shot and it's like your nose is like the thing that's right there. That's lovely.
Right. They just ran photo to you.
Right? You're like, let's see. And I'm just doing the techie thing. So just hang with us. Somebody's watching. That's cool. Let's see. Just making sure we are where we said we were going to be. Let's see. Pin to the top of the page. There we go. So I think I've pinned us everywhere. Do you feel good? I've pinned. And just making sure it took. Yay. Okay. So, oh, my internet is really slow, but I guess you can't stream and stream at the same time. There we are. Okay, cool. I know. I'm so goofy. So, Tori, thank you so much for joining me today. I want to, yay! So, welcome everyone to my first in a series of something I'm starting to call Soul Shift Stories, where I want to talk to a lot of my clients clients to me are a little bit more than clients. They kind of grow into little friend circles. And so I call them friants. Because I just make up words. But anyways, I'm Soul Coach Michele. I do soul alignment coaching, meaning I help you reconnect with your inner being, realign with your soul, and start so that you can start stepping into your divine power, standing in your truth, and start manifesting that life that you really want that feels really good. Because a lot of us, I feel, are disconnected these days. And it's our goal. You know, we didn't choose to come here to live like this, like flat life that we're not really thrilled with, you know? And so a lot of times we have our itty bitty shitty committees that have built up in our head, and they've talked us out of doing all the stuff that we know is true for us. And so I wanted to kind of show folks that you can do this. You can tap into that soul magic. You can tap into that divine power, and you can live that life and manifest the stuff that you want. And so today I have Tori Whitman with me. She's one of my peeps, and she has graciously come and said, yes, Michele, I'll share my soul story. Because, you know, I always am like, hey, does anyone want to share? But all my people love and raise their hands. So I'm excited. So Tori, welcome. How are you today?
Yes, thank you for having me. Yes, I'm so excited to share my story with you guys.
Woo! Yay. So let's get started really quick, and we'll start from the very beginning. So kind of what made you start looking for or consider looking for either a soul coach or a soul aligning event? Like what kind of pushed you towards, I guess, our initial meeting? Because I think you and I hadn't really spoken, like you weren't in my Facebook group, you weren't kind of in my orbit, you just kind of showed up out of nowhere. So what kind of precipitated that?
So I was kind of going through a really hard time. I was in a weird space. I felt scared, and I felt like I wasn't really myself anymore. I felt like I really went through a really rough, like, waking up period. It's kind of like my cosmic egg just broke, and I really had no clue what was going on. It was so messy. It was scary. It wasn't a very fun experience.
I think it's hilarious that people think that that new age or that spiritual awakening is like this gorgeous. I'm just going to go hug a tree and everything will be fine. And y'all, it is not. I mean, thank God we have all the people in our orbits when we get to that point, because it is messy, just like you said.
Yes, it's not a pretty thing.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so I kind of went through that period and it really felt like I had outgrown everybody and like my whole life, pretty much, all the situations, and I felt really isolated. Um, I was, taking classes online, looking for workshops, looking for that one teacher that my soul could really connect with. And I had taken so many and just couldn't find the right niche. I couldn't find my tribe, like you call it.
Yeah.
No one had really spoken to my soul. And that's really what made me search for the guidance to really help to go deep within myself, to know what was going on, to understand, like I needed somebody to take my hand on this spiritual journey. Like I wasn't sure what I was doing.
That's always the way, how we all are. So just like share, like how did we connect? Because I think it was through a class, but I don't even know how you showed up there. And I
Okay.
remember you were sitting like right next to me too. Like you came in and because I always, when I do classes in person, I set up a circle. And you were like right here.
Yeah, I was. I don't think I've actually ever told you this. But we have in Nashville, we have a couple of different metaphysical shops, and I would look for my teachers in there, different classes to take. And I had seen your photo and I kind of read your little blurb and I was like, you know what? I really think that I'll connect with her. And I'm just going to try this class out, and see what happens. And then that's when I met you and when I was sitting right next to you. And I just went in and was like, okay, I'm going to sit here. I had no idea what to expect or, anything, but I'm really glad that I did. Really glad.
So, and that class was, I think we've done a couple of things together now. And because you've done more of the group things that I do. And we've talked kind of about how beforehand, you were kind of like, oh God, I had this messy awakening. I really needed to find my peeps so that I could get some clarity and figure out where, not just like, it was almost like Dorothy coming out into the, Munchkin land, but like you're waiting for Glinda to show up. You're like, who are these people? Why am I here? What's going on? So now that you've kind of gone through a couple stuff, so what were you able to do maybe in your life? I know, we're going to talk about your new side hustle. So what were you able to do in your life and in your work after we worked together?
There is so much that I have been able to do. A huge thing is that I've really been able to step back into my power. I've found my inner confidence again, the way that I used to be, and it's really empowering and very powerful. All aspects of my life have changed just because of that one singular thing, and just the thought of, you have to take hold of your own energy, like you're responsible of that. And once you understand that and can manage your energy, it like changes your whole life. Helped me so much.
And I think one of the things that people are a little afraid of in this spiritual path, and why it's kind of messy, is because it's almost indoctrinated in us that we're supposed to, rather than go, yeah, I'm accountable, yeah, I'm in control of the good, the bad, the ugly. It's more of, oh crap, look at all the stuff that I've done to myself and to others, and they kind of beat themselves up. So, and I know this is kind of like an off the cuff question, but you kind of alluded to this a little bit. But how did you kind of embrace that accountability feeling, like to where it wasn't, that typical what society wants us to blame, shame, and feel guilt around, but rather go, yes, oh my God, I'm accountable. I get to choose. This is freaking awesome. How did you kind of shift that?
With listening to you in different classes,
Mhm.
Something just clicked. I had an aha moment, and it was like, you know what? Nobody's going to change this but yourself. You are the only one that is in control of this. And it just really resonated with me and really pushed me forward to take up my own accountability with this.
Awesome. I do want to share, do you mind if I share the funny story of like, it was like we met and then I met your husband.
Yes, yes.
That was so funny. So you guys, so Tori came to the class, the very first class, and like I think that was on a Saturday, and then Monday, because I work over at Aroma G's here in Tennessee, where I have office hours on Mondays. Now they are from 2 to 7 p.m. But all of a sudden, I'm just in there doing my thing, and in flies this gentleman, this young man, and he's like, "Are you Michele?" And I was like, "Yes." And he goes, "My wife told me I have to come talk to you." And I was like, "Are you in trouble? Who's your wife? Like, what's going on?" He goes, Tori told me I have to come talk to you. I was like, "Oh, I love her. Okay, cool." I was like, I didn't know if he was in the doghouse or what, because he was like, I was told to show up here. And so, but I thought that was adorable. And so he's even come to some of the classes, which is cool. So I love how you're kind of really stepping into this whole like empowerment thing. And I'm looking down at my notes because I have some notes here that from your story. But talk about how being in soul alignment has kind of boosted up your self-confidence in like stepping into that. Because I know from before, just and we're talking, you guys, this isn't even that long of a period of time. So this has been like what, a month?
Yeah, maybe a month or two. Yeah.
Yeah. That you went from like, hi, I work at a bank to I am an intuitive person and I'm a badass goddess. Like, can you talk about that shift a little bit?
Yeah, of course. So, you always have those like judgments that you think, the worry of other people. And with really stepping into the confidence, I just don't give a shit. You know what? You love it or you leave it, because this is me. And there's no apologies. Like, this is just me. And it is so amazing to feel that way. So amazing to step into that and just not care. You know what you have to do, you do it, and you're good at it. Enjoy it.
And I think somebody recently in our group, in our Facebook group, brought up, I feel my shift's coming on, but I'm worried about what people will think. And yeah, and so like one of the things that we talk about is how, you find out who's really in your corner when you shift yourself. Like people who are like, I love you no matter what you're doing. And oh my gosh, you're shining. That's fantastic. Did you experience that stuff too?
Yes, absolutely. I do have those couple of people in my life on social media, and they're just kind of like, oh my God, what are you doing now? And you're like, whatever, who cares? But for the majority of the part, everybody really embraces it, because they see that your soul is happy. They see that you're following that path that you're supposed to, so they're happy for you.
Yeah. Awesome. And it looks like, let's see, and it says one of the things that you stepped into is starting to, instead of kind of like just pull cards and oracle cards and stuff for yourself, that you're starting to do stuff for others. It says that you took the plunge and started doing stuff there. That's kind of cool too. Do you want to talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, absolutely. So I knew that, pulling cards for myself every day, like, that's somewhat fulfilling, but that's not all of it. Like, you need to put yourself out there and, connect with the other people. So I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the plunge and I'm going to offer my services. And it feels so good because you get the confirmations, you get the affirmations from the people, you're on the right track, you're helping them in their life. This is guidance that they might not be able to see. This is spirit-driven guidance.
So when you think about doing that now, as opposed to before, does that feel like all lined up for you?
Yes. Before, I would have been scared shitless. Like, I was like, these people aren't going to want to listen to me. They don't like me. Like, what are they going to say about me? And that's just not me anymore. I'm the complete opposite.
amazing. So, we've been kind of chatting around all this, but what was like one big takeaway that you had when we were working together and that you can share how it's kind of really taken hold in your life?
Yes. Um, there's been a lot of takeaway moments from working with you. A lot. But I will say that with working with other people in the groups that you hold, you learn from each other's journeys. And before, I would have been a little hermit and kind of afraid to, talk about my truth to other people. But that's really how you grow. And I take away, there's always somebody that I was supposed to have met in your class, somebody that I connect with on some level. Maybe this is you facilitating like our soul family, like coming together or something. Like, I'm not sure, but there's always a takeaway from each single person. And now that I know that to connect further with people, like, you have to be in those groups. You have to speak your truth and listen to other people's truth. And that's what it's about. And that's a huge takeaway. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. Because one of my favorite things is putting together those groups. And it's funny because I don't do it like where I handpick people, but
Right.
it's more of I just put it out there. Like we're recording this at the end of May 2019, and next month we're doing Solstice, which is the big day-long retreat event that I do. And so I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know if it's going to be 5 people or 25 people or 250 people. I don't know, but I know that whoever is there is supposed to be there. And that's why I'm like, if you feel a call to come on, because like Tori's saying, the group is where I think it really happens. I do one-on-one coaching, but I feel like having that kind of like, I don't want to call it a hive mind, but more of like understanding that we come from source energy, which is one united thing. And then we come here to experience the separateness, but coming together in that way kind of brings us back to that loving experience to support each other in our journey like you've experienced. Yeah.
Go to the group.
Ooh, what'd you say?
I said go to the group.
Go to the group.
Yeah.
So I think one of my last questions, because I don't want to keep us on here. I'm trying to be mindful of the time and be good. Because I think you and I both know that first class, everybody was in there and I'm like, holy crap, how did we do this for 5 hours when we were supposed to only be here for 1? But just trying to be mindful of time. Anyway, so what do you feel you learned about you in the process of us working together? Because like, that's really what it comes down to.
Okay. So I've obviously learned a lot about myself with working with you. One of the bigger things is I've really learned that it's my responsibility to understand my energy and what works for me and what doesn't. Once you are able to manage that, it really allows you to step back into your power. I've learned that I know that if I trust my intuition and the guidance from spirit, that it will never steer me wrong. I'm learning to go with the flow, to enjoy everyday life again. Like, that's a huge thing where I couldn't before. I'm learning to raise my vibration and to embrace who I truly am now. I've really realized my soul's path and how to pursue it, how to take the steps down that path. Those are such huge things that I cannot even thank you enough for. Like, how would I have ever gotten here without you?
Oh, girl, I love you.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Aww. This is like happy, like welling. So,
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Oh my gosh. So everybody who's watching, if you resonate with Tori and you kind of are in that same spot, like literally only a month ago, Tori showed up and she sat right next to me and Tori was quiet. I think I had to call on you and it was, and be like, and you were kind of like, do I say, do I not say, what's going on? And then I think that when we did the day treat, the last one, it was like you were actually reaching out to other folks. because it was like by the end of the first thing, you were like, okay, this is my jam. Then it was almost like she was holding space in the day treat. And then when we had our class this past month, it was like, I could just see, because you were sitting literally on the other side of the room from me. And when we did our Akashic Record journey meditation in that class, you were like, one of them, it's like, I gotta wait for 5 freaking people, damn it. I loved it. I loved, like, because I was like, oh my God. And you were so confident, like, you're like, and this is what happened, and this is what happened, and this is what happened. And I was like, boom, boom, throw that shit down, girl, because it was just so amazing. And so if you are watching and you see that your story is kind of where you are in that space of, I'm not really confident in my gifts. I know there's more to this. I'm on this damn hamster wheel and it's driving me friggin' crazy. And I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like I'm standing in my power. And you want to, and you really want to. It's doable. It's totally doable. Because, like, can I ask, Tori, do you want to share what you do as your day job?
Oh, sure. I work in a bank entertainment office.
So you see, like, when I say, you don't have to just like go from being like, this little person who's like living under a rock to like, I am the next big reader. It's like, I just need to step into who I am, where I am, meet myself truly where I am, and embrace who I am, and show the world that. And if that resonates with you, I have something for you. It's called a Soul Path Discovery Call. And I'm just gonna, let's see. I'm using this new software, so this is switching over here. And the Soul Path Discovery Call is basically, we talk about this and see where can I help you? Where can I step up to help you if you're ready to step up into your soul and you just don't know how to do it? And we do it in a fun way. Like, right, Tori, it's not scary. I don't whip you guys with a wet noodle. It's funny. We cuss, because if there's nothing else that I bring to the table, and if there's nothing else that I tell anybody, is, look, if you're going to be that serious about all this stuff, it's not going to work, because you're going to serious your adult. It's not like adulting where everything has to be serious. In fact, your vibration raises when you laugh. So we do this, and yes, it's messy, and yes, it can be hard, and yes, there can be tears, but the fact is that they're good tears, and the evolution is amazing. So if you want the soul discovery, they do cost money, but if you go to this URL right down here, and you kind of apply for one, you can get one for free. Maybe. But you have to apply and let me know what's going on with you so that we can talk and see, is this a good fit? Is there something that I can help you with? And then you, too, can be like doing the stuff that Tori's doing, which, by the way, Tori, why don't we share what Tori's doing now? Because, like, yes, she went to work. She still goes and works at the bank, but she found her soul path. And that means she's doing... Go.
Work. I have opened an Etsy store giving intuitive guidance for spirit using tarot and oracle cards. That is available to you right now. And it's right there. Etsy, Sassafras Strange. There's your coupon code for 15% off when you enter Soul Coach in. So that works for any package through the end of June. You can use it the first time you work with me. So that's a little thank you to you guys.
Yeah, and I love that. I love me a good coupon. So the coupon is for the Soul Coach peeps. So if you're watching right now, you can use this. It's for Tori's new people. So you can go to her Etsy store, put in Sassafras. Just make sure you spell that right, because I spelled it wrong and I had to spell check this before I put it up there. But she's giving everyone a one-time coupon of 15% off through the end of June. So you might want to grab that right now. We'll put a link in the comments as well, but just so that if you're there now, don't like leave the video, or you could open a new tab, but don't leave us, because we're almost done, but not quite there. So it's like 2 more minutes. But there you go. If you put in Soul Coach, all caps, you get 15% off in her new place. And you can see how she's stepping into her power and doing all the cool things. So like I said, if you are ready to do the same stuff like Tori, where you are kind of like, I don't know how to do this. I'm a soul alignment coach. That's my total jam, whether we're working one-on-one in a group or at an event or at a class. So the way to figure out which one of these things for you is the best thing is to go ahead and apply for that Soul Path Discovery call with me. It's on Zoom. We can hang out like this. You wouldn't be on Facebook, obviously. It would be just us. But Tori, in closing, if somebody's on the fence, even about just jumping in to make this call, because that's like a very first step, what would you tell them?
Just do it. Just go for it. Don't even think about it. Just go for it. It will help you tremendously. You think you can walk this path alone, but you need help. You need guidance. You need it. So just take the plunge. Do it.
Awesome.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tori. You have come so far. I want you to be big old pat on the back. I know that this is like your day off from work, and I'm so honored that you would join me on your day off and take the time to come and chat with everybody. So let me just because we have like 1 or 2 more minutes. Let's see if we have a comment or something. So we have, oh, look, here's Kathy. Kathy, I'm not crying. You're crying. Everybody's crying. We should be like, okay, with this Facebook Live comes a little baby purse pack of Kleenex tissues. Thank you, Kathy. And then we have Celeste. Oh, Celeste, Tori, thank you so much for sharing. Oh, so sweet. Yeah. Actually, Celeste, I think you and Celeste have kind of done like this where at some point she's been around and you've been around. So at some point you will probably meet and you guys can give hugs. Because remember, that was like our big thing, like in our last class, everybody hugged everybody. I mean, it was just a big hugging fest. So, but anyways, awesome. So I just wanted to say thank you. I'm so honored you're here. Oh, Michael Greco. Holy fuck. Oh, sorry. I have not heard Michael Greco. I've not seen you in ages. Holy crap. He's a doctor nurse. I know one other doctor nurse other than Michael Greco. But anyways, he and I were, we went to college together. Hi, Michael. I know. Anyway, Tori, I want to thank you for being here today. I am so honored you came. I'm so grateful that you are in my orbit and that we hang out together and however I can serve you, I'm here. And I just love you so much. And yeah. And so I know. I will hug you soon. I know I will because I know I'm going to see you soon. But go have a relaxing day. Do just chill stuff that makes you happy. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and watching today for Soul Shift Stories. We will have another one soon. And just if I can be of service, just reach out. And you can always probably touch base with Tori if you have a question about her journey as well. So, yeah. So again, thank you so much. And I will say goodbye. Bye, y'all.